Now, can you point to the man that stole from you?
I sure can, officer. There he is. Number 4, the man that took the last piece of cake in the fridge. Oh, come on! I thought it was all for grabs. I never seen you take interest of that last piece of cake anyway. I was gonna save it for a special occasion. Pfft, yeah, White. You snooze, you lose. You snooze, you lose. So that's how it is. Fine. Officers, send him away. No, wait, please. Don't send me to jail. You can't do this to me. I'm your brother, for Pete's sake. I have no brother. You're dead to me. So we all have those times that something we hold dear gets stolen. And it's a bummer. Chances are you get that stolen item found, and sometimes you don't. Or at times your friend asks to borrow a game from you and you lend it to him, only for him to lose it and can't find it in his house, then figure out he sold the game at a pawn shop for money, so he can later spend the money on drugs. Yeah, I need to get new friends. Well, as a person who is a victim of having stuff stolen, I can relate to you, and you're not alone. There. Hug. So let me tell you the time I got my bike stolen. So I was finishing a shift at work and was about to call it a day. Well, off work now. Gonna bicycle home and watch me some YouTube videos. And work on some future videos while I'm at it. Hope nothing bad happened. My bike's gone.
And it's gone. It's gone. It's all gone.
I was a bit surprised that my bike wasn't there, so I walked around the whole work building to see if they moved it by any chance. After walking around and not seeing it by any means, I decided to go to one of the managers and said to her, hey, so my bike got stolen, I believe. Can you help me out? After explaining to her what happened, she said that she can get someone to look at the security cameras, but I would have to come back tomorrow. She said it could be likely some high school punks taking it for a joyride somewhere. Kids. Am I right? So I walked to the nearest bike park and then maybe kick some kid butts while I'm at it. Just kidding, I cannot hit a minor by any means necessary. And my bike wasn't there. Then I walked to the high school to see if some kids were hanging around at the parking lot. Sadly, no bike there. So I just had to walk all the way home that day, bikeless, and admit that my bike could be gone forever. I'll miss you, bike. We had so many memories together. So the next day rolls by and I went to work to meet the person that keeps track of the security footage. Me and her took our time carefully watching the footage, and after going through the footage that took place the day my bike got stolen, we finally saw the person who took my bike.
Is that the guy?
It must be. So we printed out the image of him, and my next step was to ask any of the employees that were outside during the time he stole my bike. Only person that was outside was the guy who did carts during an evening shift. I asked him if he noticed this man in the picture from yesterday, and he sadly said no. At that point, I was willing to give up and had to accept my bike was gone for good. But then I realized, my parents didn't raise the quitter. I'll keep searching till I get a clue of my missing bike, even if it takes 1,000 years. Okay, maybe just a month or two, cause I doubt it if I'll even live that long. Maybe 100 if I'm lucky. And I'm pretty sure I have other things I want to do in the future, like own a home, get married, have a family, fight AI robots taking over the world. Also, I'm pretty sure I can just buy another bike to replace it. Anyway, it doesn't matter, I'm already comfortable with this bike and I'm getting it back. So anyway, I decided to head to the liquor store that was attached to us next door, cause hey, it's gonna be 5 o'clock somewhere. Am I right? I'm only kidding. I just went there to ask them if they know the guy in the picture. When I showed them the picture, they said they actually know him. Turns out, he's an everyday customer at their store, and from what they heard, he got arrested that day he took my bike. Serves you right. From what they told me, he went to the gas station that's not far from my workplace, and he most likely took my bike with him. He began spitting on random people while being toxic. It could be from the alcohol, drugs, or both. And the cops arrested him when someone complained. Like, how often do you hear news of a guy spitting on people for no reason? Imagine a friendly guy coming out of the store and is like, well, greetings there, sir. Such a lovely day out today. Or maybe he thinks people were on fire and the only way to put them out is by spitting on them. So after hearing this odd news, they told me my safe bet is to check in at the police station where they usually keep people like him at the drunk tank. While walking there, I prayed that the police would know anything about my stolen bike. When I got closer to the police station, guess what was standing outside the police station's door? My bike! I was pretty happy and relieved that my bike was found. But when I got inside the station, I see the guy who stole my bike talking to the policewoman at the desk. I figured he was about to take off soon and then head off with my bike again. Nope! I went to the other side of the desk and a policewoman asked if there was anything she can help me with. I showed her the pictures and said, "So yeah, see that guy beside me? He stole my bike yesterday." After going over with her what happened, she stopped the guy before he left and went over with him about my bike. And just a heads up, this guy looked really greasy, like trailer park greasy. He looked like he was in his early mid-50s and his hair looked grayish and he had a French accent. The man apologized to me and said he thought the bike he took was his, saying, "I was high on some shrooms, man, eh? Figured your bike looked exactly like mine." I can't do a French accent. I'm terrible. Keep in mind, my bike was a blue BTX bike. His was more of a mountain bike and was light green, from what he told me. I told him I was willing to forgive him and not press charges just as long as I got my bike back. He agreed and I took my bike home and that was the end of it. I also stopped by at a store and bought one of those kryptonite U-locks for my bike, just in case. So yeah, that was the time my bike got stolen. If you guys have any stories to share about anything of yours that got stolen, be free to comment below. I also want to give a big shout out and a big thanks to the people who voiced in this video, Jensen and Larkin Animated. So go please check out these lovely people. And as always, my social media is in the description in case you want to keep track of me on Twitter and Instagram. Or if you want to ask me questions, my ask.fm is always there for you. Who uses ask.fm anymore? Well, I do. Still. Also, be free to click on the subscribe button for more content. And this is Fiddleskittle here, telling you to take it sleazy.
Take it, sleazy. And I'm out.